Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy. You already know what it is. We back with another video, baby. Let's go ahead and get into this one. So, jumping right into it, man. You see by the title of the video, you already know what it is. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Having harsh realizations, man. So, I've had a lot of moments. Especially over the last 6 months, over the last year for sure, over the last year and a half. There have been a lot of things that has happened in my life that I really have attributed, some of it to me, some of it to some external forces, and then other things as well. The overall picture, God just telling me what it is that I need to know and what it is I need to be gaining from these different situations that have happened, man. And one of the hardest things for me to realize was that 80% of it was probably on me. My overthinking, my anxiety, just the little things that I was doing, really not being true to myself, different things like that as well, man. And for me to have those moments with myself, you know, it takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of you mentally and physically as well. For you to sit down with yourself, make a list, or just talk it out in your head, or talk out loud. That's what I like to do sometimes, especially when I'm alone. I like to talk out loud, really see where my head is going, and really see if I am on the right track that I'm supposed to be on. And so to be able to do that, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of strength as well, because you know you're going to put yourself in those moments to really be exposed and really be hurt. Knowing that I am okay with doing that to myself, it means the world to me, because I'm able to let myself figure out those exact moments where I can pinpoint and then just go ahead and X them out and be like, okay, bro, this is what you need to do differently. Now, will you actually do that, or will you not do it? So it's really big for me, but also at the same time, it's really big to know that I can be able to talk to anybody, almost anybody, about it in a certain sense. There's certain people that I always go to about stuff. There are certain people that I'm more open to and more comfortable with having like real discussions and different things like that as well. But just getting it from a fresh perspective, a fresh face, a fresh voice is always good as well, man. But the main thing for me was knowing that all this falls on me, and a lot of it I have to just do better. I have to go to those people and directly apologize, directly tell them, hey, like, I wasn't on top of my game today, like, hey, I wasn't doing me the right way that I know how to be me, or I was switching it up, or not really just displaying my full true self as well. And so having that harsh realization that, hey, like, it is me hurting my friendship with my one of my best friends, and that it's been me who needed to let go of some stuff and really stop putting on extra stuff as well, because our friendship was perfectly fine before I left, before my co-op. And when I left, I feel like a lot of it was probably just me mentally getting in a certain headspace, feeling some type of way, and then coming back to Starkville and everything like that, realizing that school was going to take a lot of my time away from me and different things like that, and just not really appreciating what it is that we have together in our friendship and different things of that nature as well. And then I know me personally, no matter what anybody else could tell you, I know me coming to the mindset, coming to the realization that I had for myself in my last relationship. I know it was me. I know it was all me. I know I wasn't ready necessarily to be in one to where it was a situation to where you don't think about anything at all, because you already have that mindset of, okay, we're long term. And I really needed to sit down with myself and figure that out and figure out why I wasn't feeling that way at all. And in turn, like, it did hurt, because I knew it was my fault, but I had made that decision based off of me before that relationship ended. And so once it did end, I took that time to heal mentally and emotionally as well, to really get to the point where I was like, okay, this is exactly what's going on, and this is exactly how we're going to try to fight it and combat it and figure out a revised strategy, revised plan, in order for you to think in a better sense and things of that nature. And so coming from that moment and point in time, I've come a long way. And at this moment in time in my life, I do know that I want to be able to get into another relationship again at some point. But also that when I do get into that relationship, day one, heck, probably even before the actual relationship starts, I'm already mentally in the headspace that this is for me, but it's in the long-term sense. Like, I'm not just dating you to date you, or I'm not just making you my girlfriend to make you my girlfriend. Like, I really want to do this for real. I really want to be in a situation where it's like, I don't have to worry about what if this isn't going to work again. I mean, you're always going to have those moments, but you want to have those moments few and far and wide in between. And for me, it's like I never want to get in that situation again where it's like I was thinking day to day and not really focusing on, okay, what is the overall macro perspective of this relationship and how things are going to turn out. And 9 times out of 10, that's a long-term type picture. And so for me personally, I had to come to that realization that, hey, like 99% of the women and the girls out here, they're not just going to be here to be here. Like, they're already in that mental space. Like, you need to get there, or you need to like just take that time away from yourself. And so for me personally, I know I took a lot of time away from myself or whatnot in terms of like not being in the dating world and different things like that as well. And for me to finally learn how to be able to flip that switch, it was great because now I'm in that certain headspace and I'm doing the right things to properly get to that point. And so dealing with that realization as well really hit me hard because it was like, dang man, like you're literally pushing yourself to the edge for no reason at all. You could really be in a really good situation, or you could have been still in that situation that you previously had or whatnot. But at the same time, it just goes to show you that I can help myself when it comes to growth, and that I don't necessarily need a whole lot of outside help or help from friends and different things like that as well, man. And I mean, just having harsh realizations on your own, it's tough because a lot of times, well, I know from personal experience and just hearing from other people's experience as well, a lot of times we may know what the issue is, but we decide to like shield ourselves from it or close ourselves off from it. And that's one of the main things that we could do that's actually really bad for ourselves, especially mentally. Because whenever we close ourselves off from something, we don't allow ourselves to truly think about it and truly figure out, okay, is this something that's like flowing all the way in me, or is this something that's like in certain levels of my body and in my mind and how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and the actions that I'm taking and the words that I'm speaking as well. And so if we're able to open ourselves up and able to understand that there are pains, there are scars, and there are wounds that we need to open up for real and really figure out what's causing it, then that's when we actually can move on to that point of like, oh dang, like this is me, or dang, like that actually did hurt. Because not giving us that chance delays that process. And whenever you delay something, you're only going to build up that pent up pain, that pent up anxiety, that pent up bad energy. And it's not only going to affect you in those moments, but it's going to affect you down the line as well, especially if you don't address it in a short time frame from when that situation first happened, or in a certain time frame where you know you don't have a lot going on, so you know you don't have to like cut out a lot of different people or really abstain yourself from certain situations. And so having those harsh realizations with yourself is major, because we need to be able to understand, like, we can be our harshest critic, and at the same time we know that we aren't perfect human beings and that we do make mistakes and that we do go through things in life, and that the only person who can judge us is the man above. Then we're light miles ahead of the game already, because we know we can come to ourselves and do whatever it is that we need to do and figure it out when we're standing and looking in the mirror in ourselves, that it's not going to matter at all what anybody else says. Like, it's just really not. Family is important. Those close friends are important. Your partner is important. But unless they're saying what they need to say, and not being in so much of a negative fashion, but saying what they need to say, and then also saying at the same time they're willing to help you, willing to be here for you, if it's just support, if it's just a listen, to be a sounding board, then that's all that matters. But whenever it comes to that negative side of stuff, that's when you need to start to be like, hey, it doesn't matter. I mean, you need to start putting those blinders on a little bit, like, hey man, like I already know what it is and I already know how to handle this situation. I've prayed about it already. I've talked about it with myself already. I've come to that conclusion that I'm going to do what's best for me to be able to figure it out on my own, so that way you don't have to hear any type of bad stuff from anybody else as well. But it's also good at the same time to be able to get that reassurance or be able to get that nudge from like somebody else, like, hey man, like this was you, like I've been holding in or whatever. I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings and different things like that as well. But like, hey, like this was you, or, you know, getting those signals from external forces to be like, okay, I need to actually sit down and figure out what the heck is going on here, because it doesn't need to be happening to a certain degree to where it's actually hurting myself and hurting the people around me and the different relationships that I have with people as well, man. So definitely a key thing to try to keep inside of you, keep up in your mind, man. Like, I'll talk about plenty of other things on my podcast, plenty of other things on my YouTube as well. Just in general life, if you know me personally, having conversations with different people, but being able to understand for yourself that you have to have those harsh realizations, those hard moments where you might have to cry a little bit and be like, okay, like, I did this, but guess what? I'm going to get better. I'm going to grow from this. I'm going to move on and put myself in better situations and better mindsets to be able to ascend to that level where you know you need to ascend to. So that way your realizations don't have to be so harsh and don't have to be so gut-wrenching. But if you do have those, because everybody's still going to have them, that they're happening less and less frequently as you continue to move along in life and continue to grow your mind and continue to grow your body and your soul and everything else that's that's not far, that everything else that's a culmination of it as well, that makes you as a person, as a human being, as the Homo sapien and creature of habit of one creation from the man above that you are, man. So I hope you guys really like this video. Probably a little short, but my mind was running off of what it was running on, because y'all know I like to do stuff off the dome, baby. But y'all already know what it is, and I really should stop saying at the end of the video. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this one, really learned something, really are starting to understand where it is that you are in life and are able to move yourself forward into that position that you know you need to be and find yourself on that right path to go up to find the moments and the people and the environment that you really want to have in your life. So make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe as well. Make sure to share with other people as well. Share cool content at, man. Like, it'd be great if I popped up on somebody's TikTok somehow, man. And I don't even got a TikTok, but that's neither here nor there. So hope you guys really enjoyed this one. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, baby. Let's go get it.